Few names resonate across generations, cultures, and continents like Muhammad Ali. Even years after his passing, Ali's influence echoes in every boxing ring, civil rights rally, and conversation about greatness. Known as the greatest, Muhammad Ali was not only a three-time heavyweight champion, but a man who reshaped how the world viewed courage, confidence, and conscience. As of now, Ali's estate is estimated to be worth $80 million, continuing to generate millions through merchandise, image rights, documentaries, and licensing deals. He may be gone physically, but the Muhammad Ali brand remains a powerful global symbol, as profitable as it is profound. Early life. Born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky, Ali grew up in a time of racial segregation, economic struggle, and cultural constraint. His father, Cassius Sr., was a sign painter and muralist who loved jazz and alcohol in equal measure. His mother, Odessa Grady Clay, was a steady, God-fearing woman who anchored the family with moral strength and Christian values. Ali had one sibling, his younger brother, Rudolph Valentino Clay, later known as Rahman Ali, who would also briefly box but never step out of his brother's massive shadow. As a child, Ali wasn't academically gifted. He struggled with dyslexia, and his grades suffered. Yet, what he lacked in classroom prowess, he made up for in sheer will and charisma. The pivotal moment came at age 12 when his beloved bicycle was stolen. Angry and determined, he reported the theft to a police officer named Joe Martin, who happened to run a local boxing gym. "I want to whoop the guy who took my bike," young Cassius declared. Martin replied, "Well, you better learn how to fight first." And so, a legend was born. Personal life. Ali's personal life was as vibrant and complex as his professional one. He married 4 times. Sanji Roy, 1964 to 1966, a waitress turned model. Their short marriage collapsed due to religious differences after Ali's conversion to Islam. Belinda Boyd, later Khalila Ali, 1967 to 1976, together they had 4 children, including Mariam and Muhammad Ali Jr. Veronica Portia, 1977 to 1986, mother of Layla Ali, who followed in her father's footsteps to become a champion boxer herself. Yolanda Lonnie Williams, 1986 to 2016, his childhood friend. Lonnie was his lifelong companion through his battle with Parkinson's. They adopted a son, Asad Amin. Ali had 9 children in total, each carrying part of his legacy, some in boxing, others in advocacy, entertainment, or education. Ali converted to Islam in 1964, influenced by Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. He changed his name from Cassius Clay, which he called his slave name, to Muhammad Ali, a name he said meant beloved of God. This bold transformation caused massive backlash, but Ali stood his ground. In later years, he embraced Sunni Islam and Sufism, advocating peace, interfaith understanding, and human rights. His faith became the moral compass guiding his life, especially in his later humanitarian efforts. Ali didn't just fight in the ring. He fought for racial justice, religious freedom, and peace. His refusal to serve in the Vietnam War in 1967, citing his faith in opposition to the killing of innocent people, cost him his boxing license, passport, and titles. But he never backed down. Outside the ring, he traveled to Iraq in 1990 to help negotiate the release of American hostages. He visited South Africa during apartheid, walked with the Dalai Lama, and helped deliver food in Cuba and Afghanistan. In 1997, he established the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville, a museum and cultural hub dedicated to peace, respect, and social responsibility. Professional career. Ali turned pro in 1960 after winning a gold medal at the Rome Olympics. He quickly made headlines, not just for his speed and precision, but for his poetry, swagger, and provocations. Key fights and milestones. 1964, defeated Sonny Liston. At 22, he became the youngest heavyweight champion by beating the fearsome Liston in one of boxing's biggest upsets. "I shook up the world," he screamed afterward. 1971, fight of the century versus Joe Frazier. Ali lost by decision, but earned respect for going the full 15 rounds after 3 years away due to his draft refusal. 1974, Rumble in the Jungle versus George Foreman. Using the legendary rope-a-dope strategy, he knocked out Foreman and Zaire to regain the heavyweight crown. 1975, Thrilla in Manila versus Joe Frazier, perhaps the greatest fight in boxing history. Ali later said, "It was the closest thing to dying I've ever experienced." Ali retired in 1981 with a record of 56 wins, 37 KOs, and 5 losses. He was a 3-time world heavyweight champion, the first ever to achieve that feat. He wasn't just a boxer. He was an artist in motion, combining footwork, timing, strategy, and heart. Sports Illustrated named him the Sportsman of the Century, and the BBC crowned him Sports Personality of the Century. House tour and car collection. Ali lived large, but with grace. His most famous residence was in Berrien Springs, Michigan, a secluded 88-acre estate with a private gym, horse stables, and walking trails. Later, he and Lonnie moved to Paradise Valley, Arizona, into a stunning Spanish-style mansion with lush gardens, a meditation room, and an elevator, installed to accommodate his battle with Parkinson's. He also owned property in Louisville and a home in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, during his prime. While never obsessed with luxury, Ali had a love for stylish cars. A white Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, a customized Bentley Continental, classic Cadillacs, and a red Chevy Impala convertible. And notably, a 1970 Alfa Romeo Spider he used to cruise Louisville streets as a young champ. Ali often said, "It's not what you drive, it's who you are behind the wheel." Even with riches, he was never one to forget his humble roots. College career. Ali did not attend college. His classroom was the gym, and his professors were men like Joe Martin, Angelo Dundee, and Elijah Muhammad. But his lack of formal education didn't stop him from becoming one of the most eloquent voices of his generation. Through self-study, conversations with civil rights leaders, spiritual exploration, and global travel, Ali became a master communicator and philosopher in his own right. Cause of death. On June 3, 2016, Muhammad Ali passed away at the age of 74 in Scottsdale, Arizona, after suffering septic shock due to respiratory issues, compounded by his long battle with Parkinson's disease, a condition diagnosed in 1984. The world mourned. Presidents, kings, athletes, and everyday people gathered to honor him at a massive public funeral in Louisville. Ali didn't just shake up the world, he changed it. His courage in the ring is legendary, but his courage outside the ring is what made him immortal. He stood against war, spoke for the oppressed, and remained unapologetically himself even when it cost him everything. Today, his face is seen on murals, books, classrooms, documentaries, sneakers, and Olympic tributes. The Muhammad Ali Center educates thousands each year on what it means to be a champion, not of boxing, but of humanity. He once said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." By that measure, Muhammad Ali was rich beyond compare.